Okay.
Salutations, folks. Back again at Casa de Groves. My name is Darius, and with my main man, Marcel.
I'm trying to sit down. The dog is a little bit of a...
Yeah, Pierre ain't really being a gracious host, not making room for the bros, but that's Pierre. I hope you did your Kegels. We are back once again to stuff them guts with our knowledge dicks, as they say.
They do say that. I don't know why they say that.
But here we are, ready to give you some more philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
If you please, are we diving right into the list this week, or was there something on your mind more pressing?
Go vote on the vote is up right now on our channel. Not real voting. You don't have to do that if you don't want it.
Oh, yeah, I thought
Go
you were
vote
getting
for
political.
what Lego set we're going to be building. It's live. The vote is. Already got one vote. So if you want your voice to be heard and choose what Lego set we build next, time we're at Casa de Warren, get it in there, as we will be deciding which set we build by that poll. So get out there, voice your opinion, and hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, if we haven't mentioned, we got community posts that are live now, so there's other questions as well that have been posed throughout the days. If we have celebrity lookalikes or your favorite flavor of Gatorade, just trying to interact with you guys a bit more often. And which I don't know if you caught the joke, but I did comment on that one.
I saw it. I did not get the joke.
All sport, like pretty much everybody fucking hates all sport. I think I'm like the only person that likes it. But it's basically a carbonated Gatorade. So it's like Gatorade with bubbles. But it was a real treat anytime we went out to the county to Big Lots. And Big Lots would have all sport, and they'd give me an all sport so they could do their shopping for deals.
Can I grab a
shut the hell up?
Quick to put behind me?
But yeah, no, most people hate all sport. I would say all sport is probably an acquired taste, if I'm being generous.
Well, I just thought they said what flavor, and then they put all colors.
Yeah.
That was the joke there. But yeah, we're doing community posts. So if you want to check out our community posts, we're going to do our best to do one every day. Speaking of, this episode will be our 1 year official every week.
Oh, yeah?
So we have uploaded an episode, this podcast, every week without missing a week for the last year. The last time I missed a week was in January of 24.
Oh, wow. It's fucking dedication,
go off
folks.
in February. So
yeah. That's how much you mean to us. That we're here to let's say it hasn't been a long time since we left you. Another dope beat to step to. You know?
Yeah,
we're,
exactly. We're keeping these consistent. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep trying to keep them consistent.
Yeah.
But every week for an entire year is an impressive feat, and we're gonna try to do a post every day for a whole year. We're gonna see if we can do that.
And keep it going. Yeah.
Come back with us in a year. I'm doing this thing I've got. Okay. On Saturday, I'm just going to post the video. Obviously, that's an easy community post.
Yeah.
Post the video. And then Sundays is going to be Would You Rather Sunday.
Oh,
so
shit.
Every Sunday,
okay.
we're going to post a Would You Rather. We've already got, I think today, the one coming up, this will be in the future. So there should already be like 2, maybe even 3, depending on when this goes live, Would You Rathers that we've talked about on the show before.
So it's
I think the one, at least the day we record this, is the ice skate one.
Okay.
Naturally,
yeah,
I think everyone needs to ask that one.
Ice skates or mittens, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and again, if you
Would You Rather Sundays, boys,
have some would you rathers that you would want to know if the other citizens would rather, hit us an email or a comment down below even, or we're just trying to interact with you, you know. Start sharing the night together, as we will.
Pierre is just like being so nice to me for the first time in history. He's got his pawpaw on me.
Yeah, he knew you were coming today.
It's great.
Yeah, his mama told him. Maybe he just needs a little notice, you know? And like,
Get himself prepared.
It's about to be bro time in here, man.
Look, he's throwing his paw at me. This is so great. I'm having such a good time. I don't know if I can do much with the cats. I'm just paying attention to Doggo.
Oh, well, hey, man. I think this is good content for the viewers to see this adorableness. Yeah.
Yes, he is such a good boy.
Yeah, bro's dapping up now. Look at that. They come up with their own
It's only
secret
took an
handshake
entire
over
year.
Hey, he's a tough sell. He is. But Rock and Roll Randy had me thinking, man, the last time he was on here, and he was referring to the viewers, and he's like, you know, how like Beyonce has the Beehive. What do you think about if our community, like, since we are the RomeBros, and we're here on the not the courthouse steps, but where they held the debates. What was it called? Like where they would meet up and philosophize. I
have no idea.
Just throw down some philosophy.
I would assume everywhere.
No, but there was a one spot where they would congregate. Well, that's neither here nor there. But we're the RomeBros, so I figured our community would be citizens, because how anytime Caesar would be like citizens, as he's laying it down to him. So I mean, if you guys are okay with being citizens of the RomeBros, you can comment as well, or if you would rather be called something else, we're.
I like it. I like citizens.
Yeah,
that's good.
All right.
What? You're gonna fall off the couch. You're trying to stay still away from me, but also still trying to get my lovin's, and it's gonna make you fall off the couch.
Yeah, he has no regard for himself in that sense. He does that a lot, actually. He'll just, just expect you to save him. But, yeah, you haven't talked much about the new gig, man. How's it going over there at the Polar Bear Building?
It's hard to say.
Yeah?
For those who haven't watched the last episodes, I got myself a new job. Great thing about the new job, no phone calls.
None? You haven't talked to
not a single call yet today. Presumably, I will have internal people. It looks like I will talk to maybe once a day.
Yeah.
If even that, judging by what my other coworkers are doing. Mm-hmm. It's going pretty good. I just watched all the training episodes yesterday. Well, not yesterday. My last work day. Yeah. Watched all the training videos, and they did finally have a real person actually train me. I guess they had to hire a person who had my job previously. They had to hire him as a part-timer to train me.
Oh, wow, so he's just more of a consultant then. He's just kind of coming in to...
I guess. I don't know really what's going on. But one of my complaints was that the training seemed pretty bad, but now they have a designated trainer, and it was pretty good when they were training me, so...
Yeah. You guys were diving pretty well?
It was a good time.
That's cool, man. No, how many meetings have you attended so far?
0.
Oh, shit.
I am just I'm low on the totem pole,
But even still, dude, okay, so you've had no meetings.
No
you've
meetings,
had
no
phone calls.
Yeah.
What's your inbox looking like? How many emails you get in a day?
I do get a lot of emails, but they're all automatic.
Okay, so not anything that you really have to respond to.
Not yet. Presumably once I get to train, I'll have to respond to possibly all of them, which would be a little bit concerning.
Oh,
more quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I got 30 on. If you add Thursdays and Fridays together, I was upwards of 30.
Jesus Christ.
But I've been haven't been able to do anything, so 30 emails wouldn't really be hopefully that bad. But I think it's either me or the other guy. That's my coworker can do them.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then 15 over 2 days, that doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad. So you got 2 15s and a 30-minute lunch. Is that how they're giving up the breaks? Or?
Yeah, I don't take my breaks, obviously. So
nobody's caught on to that yet?
Well, they can't do anything about it. I told them that in the freaking interview.
Oh, that you weren't going to take breaks?
I told them I wouldn't take the lunch if I didn't have to.
So
they make me take a lunch.
They are insisting that you take a lunch, though, at least?
Yeah, but I haven't done anything yet, so it's all I've done is just message you on WebEx, man. I'm not even kidding you. I haven't done about jack all. The first, the last, when did I start? Wednesday of last week, I started scanning. So my first 2 hours of the day, I just scan a bunch of documents and make sure they all went through the scanner okay.
Yeah.
And then put them in a file cabinet, and that takes me 2 hours, and then.
That's a lot of...
I'm done for the rest of the day. I have nothing to do.
Oh, my gosh, man.
So I've just been messaging you.
Oh, man.
So
you throw in some earbuds, throw on a podcast or something like that. That's not a bad way to earn a fucking paycheck. Man.
Hey, it's not. It is not at all. I'm pretty happy with it. I know once they train me, there will be more. You know, I'm not under the impression that I'll just have 6 free hours every day.
But even still, though, nobody's really, hovering over you or...
No, it's incredible.
Oh man,
it's wild, man. I'm not in the corner, but where I'm at, I'm it's very rare for someone to even come look at me, let alone what's on my screen, to make sure I'm doing work. It's I'm just a free man. It is really scary though, because I'll hear them they walk on this side of me where my cube is higher, where they can't see. I hear other footsteps, and I'm like freaking browsing the news, you know? And I'm like, shit, I gotta look busy just in case they turn around the corner the other way, which they usually don't. But
yeah, so even if you are fucking off, though, like, if you hear some footsteps, you can just close that tab real quick. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's great. It's a good time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to earn a living, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, I think once I get trained, I'll have more stuff to do. But so far, it's rocking and rolling.
Just been scanning documents.
It's a great time.
So what are these documents that are coming in every day that it takes you 2 hours to scan them all?
Well, there's a lot of them, and you have to like sort them by like what type they are. Although they're kind of already sorted. I just had to take all their freaking paper clips off.
Oh, okay.
But they're like invoices, so you know, when the Department of Education, I'm gonna call them Education because I'm not saying the whole fucking name.
Yeah.
The Department of Education, you know, buys something. They get sent an invoice that says, hey, you owe us this much money for this product, and I just have to scan that so there's record of it, and then someone else presumably goes and pays them.
Nice.
So that's pretty much what that is, the scanning. Uh-oh, he's got a bump.
Yeah, he's got a little...
He's got a bumpy.
Well, it feels like an ingrown hair or something like that.
That's the world's biggest ingrown hair.
It doesn't seem to bug him too much.
Well, that's
so,
good. Hey,
not
as long as you're not bugged. But yeah, I scan those. And then they've been having me do like some auditing thing where I look at the stuff that the previous person scanned and make sure that there weren't any issues with the scanning. And when I've been looking at that, that's the exciting stuff that I was messaging you on WebEx all upset about.
Oh, yeah, the fucking...
But the government is wasting your money. I mean, it's not really news. It's not really news at all, but...
that's...
Yeah, they are... Yeah.
But see, in that instance, though, I mean, like, are you comfortable with breaking that down a little bit? Like, are you...
Well, yeah, so let me tell you what I saw, and this is just an example.
It didn't seem that egregious to me.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're a government, you're using taxpayer dollars, you should find a way to be efficient with your dollars. You know what I mean? Okay, look, that's me, okay? So, what was happening here was an employee of the government needed to fly to Washington, D.C., hypothetically, for a conference or a meeting or some shit, you know? Yeah. Something that was important for a state of Missouri representative to be to. So, they took a flight. Presumably they lived in the Jefferson City area. I don't know where they lived. Let's say they did, hypothetically. They lived in Jefferson City, okay? What the state will let them do right now, hypothetically, is take a flight out of the Columbia Airport, which only flies to Dallas and Chicago, notably not D.C., okay? From those two airports, they have to take a connecting flight to get to D.C. So they're taking 2 flights to get to D.C., and they're flying out of the Columbia Airport, which is absurdly expensive because it's a small airport, okay? So let's break down your day, okay? You gotta wake up, you gotta drive to Columbia. That's going to be a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, that's half hour.
Okay? So you're 30 minutes in. Okay, you got to get to the airport. I don't know how bad the security is at Columbia, but let's say you get there an hour before your flight. That's like really low. Usually you want to be there. You probably haven't flown too much, but usually you want to be there like 2 hours before your flight.
I think typically, like the few trips that we have taken, wife, are you an air shot?
Yes.
If you got to go to the airport, you try to be there like what, an hour early, 2 hours?
Hour early for domestic, 2 hours at least for international.
Are you doing before the flight leaves or before boarding starts?
Before boarding starts.
Yeah. So that would be, we could move to 2 hours on there. I was thinking before the flight leaves, 1 hour before the flight leaves.
Oh, okay.
I was saying. So
yeah.
Let's give them benefit of the doubt. Let's say it's an hour, okay? And then you get on your flight. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 hour flight, but you got to wait for boarding, and then the flight, okay? So, well, no, the hour was boarding included. So you got 30 minutes, an hour to get on the plane and go through security. Then you got a 2 hour flight, which it was 2.5 hours to Chicago, okay? And then you got to wait for your plane. That's another hour for the next plane.
Okay.
Okay. I don't even know what we're at anymore. What are we at? 5 hours?
Okay.
And then another 2 or 3 hours to fly to D.C. And so from the point you leave your house to the point you land in D.C., with what the state chose, was 8 hours. And it's going to cost them, like, freaking $600-700. Because flying out of Colombia is like $400, and then you've got to fly. Well, that one's probably pretty cheap, so that was probably like $200. And then they pay for your gas and your Ubers and stuff like that. So you're probably looking at cost for the state $600-700. Okay, and 8 hours.
So, but this isn't a one-day trip though, is it? You wouldn't think, right? If it's
like a
take,
weekend.
Yeah, so if it's gonna take you that long to get there, so then there's also a hotel room that we're talking about.
Yeah, but
here.
we're not worried.
Or you're just travel.
Just travel.
Okay.
Because the hotel, once you're there, that's gonna. I don't know the cost of hotels. I'm not familiar with that. But what I am familiar with is the cost of flying out of the St. Louis airport. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you instead go to the St. Louis airport, which there's many different ways to get there. Okay, you can take the train, which is like $40. All right, guys, we technical difficulties. We're trying a new computer setup, and it just cut off.
Yeah.
So we went on talking for another 5 minutes that you guys don't get to ever hear.
Yeah, in which, but I think you did sway me though, in the sense that like me being ignorant to the concept of layovers, I didn't realize that you're essentially buying 2 plane tickets. Like I thought that like like you take the bus, you have a transfer. If you got to get on a different bus, they just look at your little ticket that you got from the other bus. You don't have to pay again. So like that was my whole thinking in the sense that like.
But usually, like even if it is kind of similar to that with airplanes, usually even like a transfer ticket is more than just a one-way ticket, right?
On a bus?
Yeah, like some buses, like if you want a connecting ticket, it's going to be like 50 cents more than just a.
I mean, it's been several years since I've taken the bus here in town, but it didn't used to be that way. You give them $1. And then if you got a transfer, when they go uptown, you just get on the other bus. Yeah. Like,
I don't know. I thought when I was taking the transit in St. Louis, like if you wanted a train plus bus ticket, like you're just going from one spot to another spot, they would charge you a bit more than if you were just taking a one-way train.
Huh.
I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, the point is, the state is paying for you to take 2 flights, right? If you're flying out of Colombia, when you could just fly one time out of St. Louis. And you might say, well, St. Louis is 2 hours away. That's fair, but Colombia is 30 minutes away. So really it's only an hour and a half extra, okay? And the extra flight that you're taking is an extra hour and a half. So the time is going to be the same, and it is significantly cheaper. And let's say, okay, I don't want to take the train, okay? Screw all these poor people. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Okay? The state has a deal with Enterprise. They get super cheap rental cars. You take a rental car from Jeff City, drive your ass down there. Okay? Now, yes, you're driving for an hour and a half more than you would have.
Yeah, and it's St. Louis traffic.
The traffic is not that bad.
You're
just going to the airport.
You're from...
Dude, I have driven into St. Louis multiple times to get on a plane. When you're going just to the airport and you're not going into town to do shit, it's not bad.
Well, but you're from a bigger community, though, yeah? Like, I mean, you're used to, 5 and 6 lane highways and shit.
I have gotten more pissed off at the traffic here in Jeff.
Really?
Than I have going to the airport.
Then St. Louis traffic?
No, just to the airport.
Okay.
St. Louis traffic absolutely is way worse. But if you're just going to the airport, you're only in St. Louis for, maybe 20 minutes, man. If even that. Maybe 15. It's not that bad.
As someone that drives, my dear, how do you feel about the traffic, going into St. Louis if you're going to the airport?
It's a straight shot on the interstate. It actually isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is a reflection of my inner bitch assness.
Let me give you, if you don't mind, Nicole, while you're here off screen, if I could just give you 3 options, okay? Option 1, take 2 flights and pay an extra $200 to get to your destination. Oh, sorry, you're usually only taking 1 flight, okay? Option 2, take a train and the 1 flight to your destination. Or option 3, drive an extra hour and a half and just take 1 flight.
3, 100%.
And that's the cheapest option. So why are they not choosing that one? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you heard it here, folks. Your tax dollars are being wasted.
I mean, they didn't hear it here first.
Down with Mike Kehoe, right? It's his fault.
I think every single situation I looked at was before this man was elected.
Fucking shyster, hey, that's no
consequence. There's the previous guy.
Does he have plans to change it?
Probably not. I don't think anyone
You
even
gotta
knows
go,
that it's
man.
super inefficient.
Back to the car lot with you, sir.
But I'm looking at these expenses, right? So like, the state will pay out, if you are a state employee and you buy, something that you need to buy for your job, they'll pay you out for it, right? It's like, let's say you're a teacher and you buy crayons, right? The state will reimburse you for the cost of those crayons, right? Fair enough, seems reasonable. But like some of the expenses, I don't remember any specific examples, but some of them were like, should we really be really?
Yeah.
Like, and also, someone's going to explain this to me, okay? The state will pay out if you have to use your car, your personal car, to drive to a meeting, right? Right, so it's like you're traveling to Washington, D.C., or just traveling to a town over for a meeting, let's say. The state will pay you out 65 cents a mile for your car, for your depreciation, for your gas, for your insurance, and for whatever else car expenses there are.
Yeah.
And I cannot for the life of me find out how driving a mile of your car is worth 65 cents. Unless you have like a $50,000 Mercedes or something.
Maybe they're just paying you for the inconvenience of having to go to another bullshit meeting.
They're paying, presumably you're still getting paid while you're driving for your hourly wage.
Yeah, but okay.
They're not asking you to work more than 40 hours a week because you're driving.
Granted, on the application it may say like some travel, but that's not your day-to-day job description is to have to... Is it?
Well, for some of these people.
Yeah?
Some of these people, they're just driving constantly. That's their job.
I don't know.
Obviously, some of them, yeah, it's like they go to a meeting once a month. But some of these people, the majority of them, I would say, that are, asking for a reimbursement are doing it pretty much every week.
That's still...
If not every day.
That's still a really big inconvenience. And again, my inner...
They're on the clock while they're driving.
My inner bitch-assness is coming out here again. But, like...
You're not only getting paid while you drive, just your normal salary.
Anytime,
you're also getting reimbursed for those miles.
Okay, anytime you get in a car, essentially you are risking your life to a degree.
Oh, God, for God's sake.
So, I mean,
every time you leave your house, you're risking your life.
Well, true. That's very true.
Every time you're at work. I mean, it's a government job. I mean, the chances of you getting bombed because you work in the government is probably higher than you died in a car crash.
I just think that, hey, man, if your job requires you to get in a car, you should be compensated. And we're talking about, 65 cents a mile here. Like, how many miles are even, in between this person's office and the meeting,
Is the debate, why are you getting paid extra when you're already getting paid your salary?
I'm saying, why is it so high?
Yeah, I think that's his
argument. Why is it so high? Because you should be getting something for using your personal vehicle.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But 65 cents is absurd. If I was getting paid 65 cents every mile that I drove for my job, I would want to drive as much as humanly possible. Because that is just money in the bank. It's actually only going to cost me like 30 to 40 cents a mile for gas, insurance, which you're already paying for insurance anyway because you have a car, and depreciation. So I'm like, every mile I drive, I'm just getting paid an extra 30 cents for free.
So, what are we talking about, 10 to 15 miles here?
No, these are hundreds of miles, man. Some people drive, from St. Louis to Jefferson City every week.
Okay, so on the highway with potholes and fucking semi-trucks.
You do not drive, buddy.
Drunks, man. It's a fucking... I swear, I know I'm insane, but the concept of, just getting in cars to do things for me would be, if, oh, hey, I'm off to work. I'm gonna jump out of this plane, hey, I'm off to work. I'm gonna fucking base jump out of my house, you're fucking risking your life, man.
Well, you're not gonna take the job that involves driving on a weekly basis, long distances, if you're not okay with that.
If they're paying 60 cents on the mile, because, not is every prostitute just okay with, fucking stepping on some businessman's ball sack for a couple $100? Probably not, but it's a couple $100, so you step on that ball sack, you fucking...
Well, look, I just want to know where they're getting the 65 cents from, because I run the numbers myself.
Yeah.
I've been very conservative, saying that cars cost, more than they really do on just about every calculation, and I can only get it upwards of 50 cents, and I'm not knowing where these extra 15 cents are coming from. So if someone knows how the state or the IRS is calculating this mass, because the IRS, like, they put their number at like 70 cents. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Well, and see, that's the IRS, man. They're all about money, so it's probably fair. Like, if somebody does know and they break it down to you, you probably would be like, oh, okay.
I mean, sure,
that makes sense.
you're right. I feel like there's something I'm missing. There's got to be. So I'd love to know if you know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. Why is it so high? Because it's just like absurd. It seems absurdly high. Cars just don't cost 65 cents a mile to maintain. But what do I know?
Who's to say?
Obviously nothing.
Yeah, for a guy like me, man, you're talking about driving to St. Louis on a daily basis. I think those people should be compensated with whatever.
But should they be compensated an additional? If they drive there and back every day, well, that'd be like insane. They wouldn't do that, surely.
Yeah,
but like the drive there, you'd be getting paid like $70.
Yeah. On
top of your already, what, like $200 for your paycheck?
So we're talking about like maybe dinner for two.
Oh, they'll pay for your dinner as well.
Well, but I'm saying like the $70, like that's like dinner for two at a decent restaurant.
It's a 33% bonus, man. If you're getting paid $200 a day and you get paid an extra $70 for driving to St. Louis, you got paid an additional 30% pay raise for that day.
That doesn't sound that crazy to me. You had to drive to St. Louis.
There's people that live in St. Louis that have to drive just for their job that don't get compensated.
Well, but what are you doing living in St. Louis, you know?
That's a great question. If you're a viewer in St. Louis, what the hell are you doing there?
It's my choice, you know? Like, I know, like, especially, like, a lot of members of my family, you know, that's where they were born, you know, and they, like, but, like, why the fuck would you, you know, be like, oh, hey, opportunity knocks. Gonna move to St. Louis, you know?
All right, well, what do we got?
Checking on the list?
Let's see, what do we got?
Where did we even
for time? Well, it was 30 minutes of bullshit. Let's go. Very sad that we lost that 5 minutes of footage. Good thing we caught it pretty quick, though.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we left off... We touched on, like, frozen food and fast food texture. Okay, so we were watching Fear the Walking Dead. Oh, I guess Pierre didn't like that show.
No, he did not. I don't know if you can hear it.
No, there's a ruckus outside. But we were watching Fear the Walking Dead, and
oh, there we go. Okay, I found it.
We were a little disappointed in their choice of villains throughout the seasons. Like, but then I'm sure in part is because The Walking Dead, if for those that aren't familiar, Fear the Walking Dead is a spin-off of The Walking Dead. And
is it like the same universe, different characters?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, Walking Dead takes place in, like, the Atlanta area. Fear the Walking Dead, they were in, what, like, Virginia or some shit? Or,
No, well, they started in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah, and then they were in Mexico for a while, but then they did end up in
I have no
America.
idea.
But, yeah,
in America.
Yeah, besides...
somewhere.
But beside the point, but The Walking Dead, Mr. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I believe his name is, played Negan, in which Negan
Very
was...
talented.
Yeah, such an iconic villain, Negan was. Apparently, also a handsome villain. But he set the bar so high that the villains in Fear the Walking Dead just didn't come anywhere near close. But The Walking Dead, they also had the Governor, which I loved the Governor. He was a cool villain as well. But the villains in The Walking Dead were, in comparison to Fear the Walking Dead, were so much better. But the question I wanted to pose is, and it's a wrestling trope, that a cool heel is not a good heel. Because the heel's job is to be hated so that the bad guy, or so that the good guy looks, you know, that much better and people want to spend money on the good guy. So the question I wanted to pose is a cool villain a good villain? Like, if the villain is so likable that you're not even rooting for the hero anymore, is the villain really doing his job?
Well, I mean, I think you just gotta go ask yourself, maybe they're not a villain.
No, this guy was definitely a villain.
Why, if you like him, then why is he a villain?
Because he just made it look so fucking cool. But, like, he bashed a guy's brains out in front of his pregnant wife. He was definitely a villain.
I mean, we've all been there, you know. You know, we've all made mistakes in life, you know. Yeah. One time, are we really gonna... And, like, especially if you're in a situation where bashing people's brains out is how you kill a zombie. You know, like maybe he thought that person was a zombie.
No, he definitely didn't. He was setting an example. But like he also like branded a guy's face and then made that guy's wife marry him, but they all still lived together, so the guy just had to watch his wife be this guy's wife after his face was branded. He was a really bad guy. This guy.
But you were rooting for him, is what you're telling me.
Well, because he was so fucking cool, man. Like, he had the leather jacket and the fucking...
leather jacket.
The big Cheshire grin, and, like, he was never, like... Well, I mean, oh, right into the microphone. Jesus, buddy.
Sorry about that, folks.
You can't even...
cut that out in post.
He can't even see anything.
He knows.
Which is...
He has x-ray vision.
It's so ridiculous. Viewers at home, if you can still hear... we are very sorry. Pierre is working on his stage etiquette, but he's not quite there yet.
You're going to have to put the title is going to be headphones not recommended.
Yes. Sound warning on this one.
Buddy.
Real dick move, my boy. Oh, we had a package. That's what it is, folks.
Keep going.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was just thinking about spraying
Villains.
you, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Leather jacket.
Yeah, like, so is a cool villain a good villain? Because in comparison, man, the Fear the Walking Dead villains, we were really ready for them to get killed. Like the dumb lady.
I mean,
you're
saying that in wrestling, that's apparently a good thing.
No, it's not. It's not a good thing. A cool heel is a bad heel because.
That's what you're saying. So the shitty villains, the ones that you wanted to die,
yeah,
are good according to wrestling.
Yes. You're supposed to hate this person so much that you're willing to spend money to see them get their ass kicked.
Okay, but if they're good, are you willing to spend money to see them continue to be cool?
Oh. As in, like, the villain perspective. Like, the cool villain. Like, if you're willing to spend money to see them be cool.
Yeah, so if the reason in wrestling the bad villains are good is because they get more money. Because people want to see them get beat the fuck up.
Yes.
Then if you have a cool villain, why are people not wanting to spend money to see the cool villain be cool?
Well, in the instance of the NWO, they were the first cool heels. People did spend a lot of money to see them be cool, so I guess that defeats that argument, I guess.
So I think either villain is just as viable, you know, it's just a different strategy.
Yeah.
I think you can make a cool villain work, and I think you can make a unlikable villain work.
Yeah, well, oh my god, the villains in the Fear Walking Dead, man, are just so dumb. We're so bad, but yeah, that...
I think I prefer the cooler villains, I think.
Personally.
Yeah?
You like a cool heel?
Yeah.
I mean, we loved Negan. Like, he was incredible, man. The Governor also was really cool, in which, the cool thing about The Walking Dead, a lot of the actors on that show are British, but, like, they're playing, like, all of these characters that are in the South in America, so you see an interview with them and you're, like, blown away that it's a completely different person. But the guy that played the Governor, he based the majority of his character off of Bill Clinton, in which I didn't pick up on that watching it, but then when you go back, you're like, oh, okay, I see what he's talking about, but yeah, the Governor, he wasn't necessarily cool. Like, he didn't have a leather jacket, you know, and he wasn't really cracking jokes, but I still dug the Governor, man. You gotta watch The Walking Dead, man. Oh, no, you did check out the first episode, and you didn't dig it.
I mean, it was alright.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, you don't
I mean,
have to know how the story
other
unfolds.
show, the Alice in Borderland, was
Oh,
much cooler to me. I mean, they're still cool, but
yeah,
you know, that one was definitely more appealing to me. Don't you dare click the button again.
Did he? No, we're still live.
We're
Okay.
chilling. We don't know if he did or not, but we think he turned off the break in this episode. We think was done by the dog. So not only did he ruin your ears, he also put that break and made you lose 3 minutes of content. How could he?
So maybe this episode should be like RomeBros versus Pierre. You know?
RomeBros versus Pierre audio boarding.
Yeah.
Like.
He does.
Oh gosh.
He's looking at her like, you can make this stop. he's giving her
sound warning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Let's talk about let us know down in the comments below. Do you like a unlikable villain, or do you like the likable villains?
Yeah.
Let us know what you prefer, or do you not really care and think they can both hold their own?
What say you, pretty lady? Is a cool villain a good villain? What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah? No?
Do you think it's better than an uncool villain, or is it just like they can both be good in their own ways?
I don't really know. All I know is Negan was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on. Oops. Come on.
And if their job is to make you hate them, then I mean, the argument, they are a good villain.
Howdy.
Yeah. Then that's kind of where, like, I don't know, but, like, in the moment, though, like, if it's just like, oh, man, I'm just ready for this guy to get killed, and then, like, for them to be off screen, I don't know. I think I do prefer a cool villain, honestly, now that I think about it. Because, like, we're talking Dynasty Warriors, man. There's Lu Bu. Or, Akuma, you know how much I love him.
Yeah.
He's fucking cool. He's the coolest. Aizen, if you're a fan of Bleach, he was pretty cool.
We do have Bleach as one of our thumbnails.
Oh, is
That's all
that
I
in
know.
there? I thought
A long time ago. Well, not
Oh,
too long.
yeah.
It was like episode 40 something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I thought we got past the Bleach.
Yeah, we did, but he's there. Oh my gosh, he just loves me. He loves
So,
me. I need to lean into it.
I think it's back on you now for a little while.
Well, you passed over the one right above. I don't know if we want to go into that.
Yeah, I was like, that's probably I was
that's
probably
fine.
a little inebriated. when
Okay,
we,
hey, that's chill. That's
Yeah.
good chill. $11.52 is the amount of money that I spent on food in December.
For those that can't see my wife's face, I'm sure she's jealous. I'm sure
We just spent $43 on chicken the other day.
$11.52. Now, normally, I do spend, upwards of like $100 to $200 on food, which is still very good.
Yeah.
But December, I think I bought like food right at the end of November,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went on vacation
Okay.
halfway through December, and I didn't pay for any of my food on vacation.
Okay.
So
that's a bit of an
managed to
anomaly.
do-
That's not.
yes,
the-
yeah, that's not normal. But it was just so low that I was just, because usually when I have like a low month, like I buy at the end of the month and buy at the beginning of the next month, usually it's like, $70 or $80,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. This was $11.52.
Yeah, you came
So-
out like a bandit.
Let's go,
For
boys.
that month.
Get absolutely toasted.
I figured you're
You
gonna be like,
guys
yeah,
all suck.
I'm only eating ramen these days or something. Like, I don't know what you're.
I don't even remember what it was that I bought. Maybe I can log in and see what it was real quick. If you want to go to the next one while I'm pulling that up.
The next one is Dorito milk,
Oh,
which that sounds fucking
it
disgusting.
really is, dude. Oh my god. I cannot believe I did this. Okay, so I'm just chilling at my desk. I got, my carton of milk and I got my bag of Doritos. As you do, as you're being a disgusting bum. And I'm sitting there, and I usually have a bunch of empty milk cartons because I chug through milk so fast, right?
Yeah.
I got empty milk, just chilling. Hold on, I can't sign it right now. So I got empty milk, and so I eat my Doritos and I drop them on the floor. So I pick up the Doritos and I put them in one of my empty milk cartons. That's on my floor. Just consolidate my trash, right?
Okay.
So that way I just gotta take the carton out instead of taking the carton and these Doritos when I take the trash out of my room. Well, it turns out I discovered later it was not the empty milk carton. It was the one that had milk in it.
Oh, and you discovered it by taking a swig? Oh, fuck! Oh, God, dude.
So that was a disgusting experience for me.
Did you throw up?
No,
No?
I just threw it away. I was like, yeah, we're not drinking this milk anymore.
Oh,
We're taking the trash out of my room.
You ever wanted a sip of milk with cheesy
I mean, the
tortillas?
crazy thing was it did not taste Dorito-y at all. I mean,
Oh,
there
no.
wasn't much red, but it was a dirty Dorito. Like, it had, like, gross hair on it and shit.
Oh,
Because it was on the floor.
oh, God.
Like, it was just disgusting.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh my
That's
god.
nasty on a few levels.
Yeah.
It is.
So let us know, what's the most disgusting thing you've put in your mouth, knowingly or unknowingly?
Unknowingly.
And body parts are not a valid answer, sorry.
Unknowingly.
Now, let me just be very clear, I don't know if this is too much information, but the Dorito did not go in my mouth. It, like, hit my lips, and I was like, why is there a solid chunk? And then I put two and two together and realized it was that. So,
Honestly, for me, it was probably back in my elementary school days, a buddy let me have a swig of his soda, and then as I gave it back to him, I looked at the bottom of the bottle and noticed all the fucking backwash that he had left in it. And that was pretty... I did swallow that. That was fucking disgusting.
Oh, no.
Off the top of my head. One time I was eating Chinese food, and I thought... I don't know what I thought it was. I thought it was like maybe a piece of chicken, but it was a piece of baby corn. I don't know if you've ever bitten into a piece of baby corn. But that's pretty fucking disgusting.
So. Okay, I may have lied slightly. That was my non-milk food budget. So I also bought milk. So if you add the milk in, it was $31 and some change.
God damn. So you spent more on milk than actual
Oh yeah,
food.
I mean it's normal for a normal month.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I drink a lot of milk. I was actually funny when we were in. We just went to the Reptile Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday while we were there, while we were in the town, I figured I should stop for some groceries. I was also looking for the lapel microphones that I want to get. So I went to the store, and there was a fellow milk connoisseur there, a lady who was trying to get her hands on the sweet lactose-free whole milk that is in short supply at Aldi. And she was there, and she was short, and they always put it on the top shelf. So my girlfriend kindly tried to help her find some. They didn't have any, unfortunately. But, she grabbed one thing of milk, and then I go over and I grab a whole case of 6, as I usually do.
Jesus
and her face
Christ.
was just like, what? She's like, oh, dear. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a big milk guy. And she's like, I have 2, but I only get 1.
Damn, dude. You've probably got, like, the strongest bones on Earth.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah?
I've broken them before, but I haven't broken them in a while.
Yeah, I'm sure that was before you were, fucking getting 6 cartons of milk at a time.
Well, I mean, I usually go through, I think my average is like 10 or 12 cartons a month.
Yeah?
So, I buy 6 at a time, but really it lasts me like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So not as bad as it seems.
Yeah, this has been practical.
Yeah.
More than anything. Damn, dude.
It'll be $11. 52 cents on food that you chew in a month.
Now, we touched on, when Bronim was here last week, we touched on the most money you spent in a day,
Mm-hmm.
but that got me thinking about, obviously you've never been in a strip club,
No.
but have you ever even been, like, slightly curious?
To see what's in there? Not
Yeah.
really. I mean, I've seen movies, so I think
Yeah.
I kind of get the gist. It's like dark with like, colored lighting. You got, probably better lighting on the stage. Women are dancing on poles, pretty nakedy. And then dudes are just, they're tossing cash at them with drinks in their hands.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist
And then
of
you
it.
can go to the private rooms if you want, if you like.
Yes,
acting.
there's a lot of peer pressure to spend money. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
sure.
one time, one of the few times that I was in there, and there wasn't many people in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The DJ comes over the intercom, and he's like, you guys are being awful shy, you need to go sit by the stage. And then, like, me...
I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to be Captain Cool. Like, I look over my shoulder, and then I look down at my phone. He's like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't act like you don't know who I'm talking to. Well, guess we're going to the stage.
No, I'm
But
out.
yeah,
I'm leaving. You
It's a
lost
total
customer at that
ripoff,
point.
though, man. It is.
Well, obvious. I mean, everything's a total ripoff.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a fun time. It is, but yeah. Totally.
Is it, though? Like, what is it's just a perma boner, isn't it?
It can be. Well, yeah.
Like, do you ever nut, or is it just edging the whole time?
Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. I mean, honestly, in my older age now, like, I probably would have, like, some spillage, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't think it's, like, yeah, no, there's never any, like, I mean, at least not on their part. They're not trying to help you,
Then what are you there for? What is the point?
I guess that is a good question.
You're not even busting a nut, man.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, it's also not, I mean, the women that would be on stage there are not anything that I would ever find attractive, so.
Oh, yeah, there's that, too. You're not big on people changing their appearance.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the whole thing there.
Yeah,
that's
so
the whole...
I wouldn't even be like, oh,
Yeah.
man, look at that one, I wouldn't even.
Now, if you had a daughter, though, would you be okay with her being a dancer?
I mean, as long as she's over 18.
You wouldn't have any qualms about grubby old men groping your daughter for...
I mean, I would just, as long as she knows that's what's in the industry and she's okay with it, I'd be like, sure, go ahead.
Yeah?
As long as she knows what she's getting herself into.
That's pretty progressive.
Now, if she, like, went into it and didn't realize there was going to be gropey men trying to touch her, then I'd have a problem with it. Then I'd be like, hey, sweetheart, are you aware? You know, make sure you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's her life. Once she's over 18, it's like, whatever. I mean, maybe I'd prefer to do something more worthwhile, contributing to society, but, you know, if she enjoys it and it pays the bills, who am I to say no?
What about you, my dear? Could you have a daughter that was a dancer?
I don't give a damn.
That's...
See?
I think I'm the only, like, I don't know if I could
I mean, what would you do? Like, she's 18.
Well, no, obviously, yeah, there would be anything I could do about it.
Yeah.
But I would try to talk her out of it.
Well, I mean, I would probably... I don't know, I would just, like, make sure... I would just, like, check in with her and just make sure that she's, like, enjoys doing it, you know? Like, how you liking the strip dancing? You know, is the groping too much for you? Or is it not too bad? You know, I'd probably, like, make sure that she's...
Not trapped
Not
in
just
it?
doing... not trapped in it, yeah. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, man.
Because I obviously wouldn't want that to happen. I want to make sure that she has other opportunities. But, I mean, if she enjoys it for some reason, go ahead. Work that pole.
No, did we? No, wait. The marketing team asked us about OnlyFans, but would you be? So then, to the further degree, would you be okay with your daughter doing porn?
Sure. I mean, the same thing, right? As long as you enjoy it and know the risks.
Yeah.
You know, and you've run the risk, you've thought about the risk, you've been like, okay, I understand that, you know, this one might make it hard to get a job in the future.
Yeah.
If someone finds out, I might not be able to get hired. Number two, probably have a huge risk for, you know, STDs and
Very huge risk.
other
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know, like, as long as you recognize those risks and they're risks you're willing to take.
No, if it's legit porn, they take a lot of
They
STD
do, yeah.
precautions.
No, there's porn stars though that get blacklisted for knowingly having diseases and still shooting. Like that's a big thing. Like there's
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's going to be a risk no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
I would take a lot of efforts to minimize the risk in professional porn, but it's there.
Yeah.
She could do porn, she could be a stripper, but you'd prefer she did those things without makeup on.
She's my daughter, okay? I don't care. I'm not attracted to my daughter. When I'm looking at a woman and basing her sexual attraction to me, then I care about makeup, but
So the
she's
makeup
my daughter.
thing,
I'm not worried about that.
I think there was confusion. So the makeup thing isn't like it's not an ethical no. It's
an
just
attraction
it's a
thing.
physical.
I mean,
thing.
well, it's both. For the ethical thing, the times I think that makeup is okay is when, one, it gets you more money. So I would be fine with her doing it as a stripper or a porn actor. Okay? Or number two, if you're doing it on very rare, important occasions. Okay? Your wedding day. A job interview. Okay? Times you gotta look your best. When you're doing it every fucking day, you wake up every day, you look at the first thing you do after you get out of the shower is put your freaking makeup on. That's too much. Okay? That's too much. You're wasting a shit ton of money. You don't need to do that every day. It's disgusting. Okay? But if you just want to do a little bit, you know, on important days, or if it just makes you make more money. Like if you're a waitress, put your makeup on, sweetheart. Get your tips.
Okay.
Okay? Like, for real.
So then your issue with makeup then is like if you're just putting on makeup to sit around the house.
Yeah, or like you're going to an office job. Right? Like, what are you going to an office with makeup on for? Like, what are you doing that for? That's ridiculous.
Well, you can't have bitches thinking they're prettier than you.
That's the problem. That's what I don't have. That's what I don't like.
That's the
That's
issue.
where it is. I don't want you to have a concern as to whether someone's more attractive to you than you or isn't. Like, you shouldn't be worried about how attractive you are to other people unless that's your profession or it's your wedding day or it's a job interview where it actually matters.
But I think ultimately what you're asking people to do is not be human in that sense. Because, like, everybody is self-conscious to a degree.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Stop worrying about how you look, all right? You're beautiful just the way you are. You don't need to change anything about yourself to be beautiful.
Maybelline's going to put a fucking hit on you, man.
Look, and that's another thing that pisses me off, too, is it's like these makeup companies, they know it. You know, they're essentially preying on the insecurities of women to make money.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting.
It really is.
It really
put it
is.
like that, yeah.
But, like, if it's making you more money than it's costing you, right? Yeah. You know, you're a waitress. You know, we hate to say it, but, you know, if you wear makeup, you're going to get more tips. You know, I wish it wasn't the case, but it is the case, so.
Well, that's a question that I would like to pose to the citizens. What would it take for society what would have to change in society, ladies, for you to feel comfortable coming out of the house without makeup? Because I mean, I tell Nicole all the time, like, I think she is her most gorgeous first thing in the morning when I can see her face as it is.
So
like,
true.
That's
so
me,
relatable.
Yeah, that's that.
I'm
like,
with you 100% on
that's
that
when
one.
she is her prettiest. So like, and she'll be like, I gotta go in the store and I don't need makeup, and it's like, so what, you know? But like, how can society reiterate that to you, to where you would just feel comfortable going to work without any makeup, going to the store without any makeup? Because I mean, honestly, to me, like, yeah, I think women are more pretty without it, you know. So, but I get it, you know. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable going to work without my headband, or going to work if.
But like, why the headband though?
Well,
Like,
because I think my hairline is busted. You know, like, so yeah.
All right, well, I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's essentially, you know. So I mean, and you know, she tries to tell me all the time that she can't notice that. So I mean, I guess that's a better question for myself.
Yeah, what would it take to get the headband off?
I think I would just have to go all the way bald, but I'm just scared. I got a weird fucking head under here, man. Like I haven't seen my head in a while, so like, you know,
Oh man.
I don't want to have like some kind of weird fucking point that I wasn't aware of, or like a hot dog neck or some shit, you know. So I don't know, man. I'm just like fucking super hypocrite today, man.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Tiny
sorry.
bit.
I'm sorry, citizens.
But I mean, what if there is something, ladies? You know, what would it take, really? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's something that we should work towards as a society. I mean, we got bigger pressing issues, probably.
Yeah.
But I would love to see people just not giving a fuck about how people think they look. You know, because there's someone out there who thinks you look great.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like 90% of people think that you're the ugliest person ever. But you know, there's 10% of people that are like, damn,
Yeah.
she kind of hot though. Sheesh.
Yeah.
You know.
There's somebody for everybody.
Yeah,
There really
it sure is. It really is.
Man.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. So let's get off the makeup before I start going too deep on this one.
We might be running a little. Well, I mean, yeah, we got a few topics left. Where are we at on time? We
We got a little bit.
Yeah.
We got like 10 minutes, 9 minutes or so.
Okay.
Those were title ideas. Okay. Question. I don't remember where I saw this. This is not my original thought. I saw
Okay.
this somewhere. Why do we cry when it's the onions getting hurt?
I don't think it's an emotional thing. At least not for me. Like when I'm chopping, I'm not sad about it. Like it just happens, man. It's like it's more of a like, you know, if you get like a lot of wind in your eyes and your eyes start watering. It's not like onions.
Like, shouldn't the onions be crying?
Do they have feelings? Aren't they dead at that point?
Are they?
Because, I mean, they've been yanked from their homes, you know?
I mean, well, you're cutting a dead person. Or a dead, well, not a person. You're cutting a dead fruit, and you're crying about it?
It hurts, man. You've never been in the presence of cutting an onion?
I mean, I have, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's just a question.
Nah, it's not an emotional thing. I don't have any emotional attachment anyways. Like, when I'm chopping an onion, I'm not like...
That's horrible. You don't even care about onions. Man.
If anything, I'm happy that my food's about to taste better because I'm chopping a red onion, you know? So if anything, yeah, it's tears of joy, if anything.
Tears of joy.
Shit.
Onions bring tears of joy.
Yeah, man. Ramen goes to another level, dude, if you chop a few onions in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. The only onions I can eat are rings.
Okay, in which, yeah, onion rings are pretty good. But, like, does it piss you off, though, you take a bite and then you get the whole fucking...
Yes,
oh, my
bro.
God, dude.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, we need better
That's
onion
the
ring
worst,
technology.
man.
Yeah.
What usually I do is when I bite it, I like, make sure I get...
Oh, kind of hold on to it?
Yeah, I kind of hold on to it, like go on this side, make sure I ripped it, go on this side, make sure I
Yeah.
ripped it, and then I go like that. But yeah, that is the worst. Or if it's a small one, you just pop the whole thing in.
Yeah?
You don't have to worry about
avoid
it.
the bullshit.
Yeah. But man, onion rings give me some real bad farts, dude.
Oh, yeah, automatically. You just got to plan for that, though, you know?
Is that really you plan for that? I don't usually
Yeah.
plan for it. I just have the onion rings, and then
No,
we're just stinky later. That's all there is to it.
if I eat something terrible, I just make sure that, yeah, I'm close to my commode, you know, and don't really plan to go over anyone else's house or anything.
No, usually what I do is I'll just like roll down the window. Usually I'm in a car, right? Like going home from the restaurant. I'll
Yeah.
roll down the window real quick, Just leave my ass out.
Just air it out a little bit.
Well, I fart like while my ass out the window, so I don't smell it. So.
There's a visual for you, folks.
What?
Your ass hanging out of a window. Oh goodness, man.
Well, that was another one of my great community posts that I put up. I don't even know if it's up yet. It will be up by the time this episode goes live. When was the last time you pooped your pants?
Oh shit! I was in full football gear. I shit my pants, dude.
The last time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was probably like 13, 14.
Man, you're crazy.
Now, okay, are you counting like sharts? Are you talking about like?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, like sharding. I've probably like. Not this year.
When was the last time
definitely.
you got poop in your pants?
But yeah, but we're not talking about full on turd roll down the leg. Like,
I mean, that would certainly count.
Yeah, but no, like, well, yeah, sharding. I probably sharded last year, I'd imagine, at some point. Like, you know, you do the old rest in peace to George Carlin. You do the old one cheek sneak. You know, that's where you fart, but you don't fart all the way, but like you just fart a little bit to test it, and you get a little extra, you know, get a little bit of extra chip on your dip.
Yeah,
you know?
that's always the worst, man.
Yeah.
That is always the worst.
But no, like, or like, you know, you think it's just a fart, so you just let it rip, and then it's not.
Oh yeah, those are the worst.
But yeah, no, I probably sharded last year, but like full on like turd in the pants. Yeah, that was like middle school. Thankfully, our house wasn't that far from my school, so like I was just like, sorry, coach, I gotta go home. Like this is happening. You know, so I made.
Told him you pooped your pants.
No, I hadn't pooped my pants at that point. I was making a run for it.
Oh,
I just didn't make it. You know, by the time I
you
got,
told him I really gotta go.
yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, coach. Like, whatever you got to do to me tomorrow, that's fine. I didn't go to the locker room. I took my whole football uniform home with me. I ran up the trail. I made it down the trail, and I could see my house, but like it was just full on shit my pants. My pants were white. Like so white football pants. So I have to peel off like shoulder pads and fucking it was awful, man. But yeah.
Yeah, as we've talked about before, I oftentimes poop my pants.
You do?
Yeah, all the time, man.
Was this because you refuse to go to the bathroom? So
yeah.
like,
Damn. Like when it's coming, man. So alright.
Damn, dude.
There it goes.
So you roll the dice every time you leave the house, like.
Well, I never poop outside the home.
So okay, so then there is a level of control.
My body knows. Well, I don't really feel like I control it, but like my body knows that, like, you know.
So then you're just like sitting around on YouTube. You can feel it coming, but you're still like just too stubborn. You're like, no, it's not happening yet. And then sometimes
Well, you feel it coming, and it's like if I stand up, it's coming out, right? So,
holy shit, dude.
You know, either I stand up, make it happen faster, or I try to hold it in. And then it gets worse the next time.
So that was gonna be my question. So there are times where you're like, oh man, I really should go to the bathroom, but then like your willpower, you like, no, it's not happening yet, and then it'll go away for a little while.
Oh yeah, it definitely goes away. I know sometimes go away for like multiple days, which is crazy.
You have to stop doing that. You have to stop doing that, man. I know we like joke a lot on.
Hey, well, I'm a professional pooper, all right? What can I say?
That can't be. You have to, man.
I do a lot of things that aren't good for me, man.
Yeah, and I mean, no.
you smoke. But the day you stop smoking is the day
you'll start shitting regularly?
How does that sound?
That's fair.
You shake on it?
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair. I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right.
Too, especially.
I'll hold myself to it. Hey, come back on this episode. If he is a non-smoker for like a month and continues it, I will put in a genuine bona fide effort.
Yeah, you got at least like every few
properly.
days, man. Like I'm not saying nothing crazy, like not every day, but like.
Well, yeah, I don't think I could do that if I tried.
You're so lucky, man. You're so lucky.
Well, I'm a lucky man.
Yeah.
I mean, if I ate more, maybe I could probably.
Well, yeah, there's that too, though. Too, yeah. You're probably not getting a lot of fiber.
Now, I will say, when I have like diarrhea, I do get a pretty big warning about that one because my stomach will just really hurt.
Yeah.
Real bad. So usually when I have diarrhea, then like when I feel a fart coming and I know I have diarrhea, then I just go to the bathroom and I just like sit in there for like 20 minutes, try to get as much out as I can.
Yeah.
And then usually I end up having to go back like 15 minutes later. Is that normal? Or is that just me?
I mean, if you've got diarrhea, that's kind of
Yeah.
how diarrhea goes.
It's okay.
'Cause,
I didn't
like,
know my
yeah.
diarrhea was weird, just as weird as my normal poops.
No, your normal poops are pretty weird, but no, diarrhea, like, it's kind of how it works. Which, I mean,
Well, at least my
like,
diarrhea poops are normal.
that,
I
which,
live in solace knowing that.
it's just, I mean, granted, okay, unless you're like rock and roll Randy that you've had a bidet, you know, for decades, but like, if you have the misfortune of having diarrhea and you're not at home, and like you just gotta wipe for like a million years,
Oh.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Man.
and you know, like, and of course it goes back to worrying about what other people think, but like, you're taking a dump at work, and there's like 2 or 3 other people in the stalls too, and it's just like, man, these guys are hearing me use all of this fucking toilet paper.
Man, I have rarely ever had to poop at work. I have had to do it a couple times, but most of the time, my body just knows you're at work, no pooping allowed.
Yeah. I've finally gotten to the point where I know, I somewhat know the schedule of the cleaning staff, so like I don't have more witnesses coming, because that's the fucking worst, man. Because they still go in the stall after you're done, like, and it's like, dude, I was just in there.
You gotta clean it,
Yeah,
man. What are you
man,
supposed
but
to do?
like,
Just leave it dirty?
hey, when I was a fucking custodian, if I came in there and like there was a dude that just left a fresh one in the stall, like that toilet was getting hit on the next go round. I'm not going right in after the warmth of your shit is still wafting off the fucking toilet. Like that's nuts, man. Like I don't think as a boss, like how do you be like, no, yeah, I don't give a fuck if they're still in there. You got like I don't see how a boss could even, you know. Especially, dude, like, you see the state of those bathrooms, like...
I mean, I feel like it's not really that much worse. Like, is it really? I mean, obviously you've done it before. Is it that much worse when it's fresh?
Yeah,
I mean, it's down the toilet, though. They presumably flush,
like,
right?
their farts are still in the atmosphere. You can still smell it, like...
Oh, man, the bathroom smells shit no matter when you go into them.
Nah, dude, if somebody just took a fresh shit versus, like, somebody shit 5 minutes ago, it's gonna smell way worse.
All right. Well, I'm not a professional shit smeller,
Yeah.
so...
Now, unfortunately, I was for a very long time. Like, so when I say, like, man, I have seen some shit, I have seen some shit, dude. Like,
People who don't flush, that's gotta be the worst, man, as a janitor. Or the ones that do flush and don't realize it didn't go down, that's probably even worse, right?
what's worse is when, like, somebody's, like, super fucking fat, so they took a dump, but, like, there's doo-doo butter on the seat. Because it's like they didn't fucking sit on the seat properly, or I guess their ass is just so huge that, like... But yeah, or like on the back. I've seen shit in urinals.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a classic.
I've seen... Like, now, so, like you say, it sucks people, like, oh shit, and then they don't flush, but, like, I've seen shit so big that they couldn't. Like...
Oh, yeah, that's most of my shits, yeah.
Like, the...
Oh, yeah.
Nuh-uh, dude.
Yeah.
You are playing a dangerous game, sir.
It's just how it is.
You are playing a dangerous game. I've said it to you before, and I will say it again, man. You don't want the day to come where someone has to help you take that shit.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I mean, my ass is already so wide, you know. It's like, how is someone have to help me? It's already like so gaping. Is that the word? What's the word I like?
That's the word.
Yeah, I already have such a gaping asshole. Like, how am I gonna need help?
That's why you're shitting your pants all the time, man. It's fucking
Probably.
your poor sphincter is stretched
exactly.
to max
It's like,
capacity.
I'm not gonna need any help, dude. It's just...
Damn, man. Yeah, that's not, man. So you gotta like sometimes break it up.
Oh yeah, most of the time, yeah. I usually just do it like I just have to break it up just because I assume that it's gonna clog it up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
God,
It's like
damn
I got my
dude.
poop stick, you know.
But then, that's the title. I got my poop stick. But no, dude, like, what was I even gonna say? So they say like if you've got like if it's connected, you know, and that's actually a sign of healthy poops. I don't know about them.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know about them being that big, but like that it's connected and it's still like, you know, like when you have like the loose spraying like crumbly poops, they say that's when it's unhealthy.
Well, yeah, that's like my diarrhea there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, diarrhea is bad.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta argue with that one.
Yeah. But damn, bro.
Yeah.
Out here
I'm
dropping
a
bombs.
chunky pooper. Well, that's we're gonna have to end it on that one.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry you had to listen to that,
Good
folks. If you
note
made it to
end
the end of the
on.
episode, we
Yeah,
want to thank you. We want an extra thank you for having to listen through that. Luckily, Nicole wasn't here to have to listen
Yeah,
to
you
that.
missed it, baby. We were just talking about the size of Marcel's turds.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants to listen to that, so we'll spare her the details. But again, if you did make it this far, go vote in that Lego poll. That one's gonna be pretty important soon because we're gonna have to pick a new set soon. So definitely go vote in that and check out our other community posts and interact with those. It mean a lot to us to see what you're thinking about some of our random thoughts. And they are just random. Again, they're not meant to be taken seriously. They're just fun questions or things that we noticed that we want to let you know. So, thank you so much. And as always, dog, he is on frame. Can he jump off? He probably can't, huh? Dog jump on couch?
Here, come here.
No.
Yeah,
It was with a shot.
It's gotta be.
Dog jump off bed.
Philosophy!
Oh, shit. From downtown.